In our modern society, instances of law enforcement overstepping their bounds and targeting innocent individuals are unfortunately not uncommon. In this eye-opening narrative, we delve into a troubling incident where corrupt cops set their sights on the wrong person, only to receive a lesson that highlights the importance of upholding justice and respecting the rights of every citizen. Join us as we unravel the details of this encounter, shedding light on the broader issues surrounding police misconduct and the pressing need for accountability within our law enforcement agencies. On December 4, 2022, an auditor affiliated with Persimmon Man, residing in Cincinnati, Ohio, was conducting official business at the Forest Park Post Office. Concurrently, he was documenting the facility through recording. Following this, security personnel approached the auditor and promptly directed him to vacate the premises, citing concerns that some individuals felt discomfort with his recording activities.
That's just like courthouses and anything else. As long as I don't enter restricted areas, there's no expectation to privacy in public.
Explore the truth about police corruption in the U.S. on the U.S. Corrupt Cops channel. Watch the latest video titled Corrupt Cops Target.
So we are in the Forest Park Post Office today. So we will see, kind of how it goes. We'll go outside. It's a little cold out today. Here in a minute, we'll go outside. I was out there earlier. I was recording. Video messed up, so I'll go back out there and retape out there here in a little bit, and we'll see where it goes today. Good morning. How are you?
All right. Real quick, I'm at the actual leave, making our customers feel uncomfortable.
I'm not leaving. This is a public area, poster 7, and that's how it's going to go. I can film from any public area, and I'm here to do business yet myself. So,
Are you?
Yes, I am. I will film in there when I get to that. I'm not to that point yet. Can I get your name? As a public employee, can I get your name, sir?
I just told you it's Larry.
Larry? Thank you, sir. Can I get your postmaster as well? So my video, like I said, my video did mess up. I will be going back outside and recording the outside of the building here in a little bit. As long as everything goes well. As you can see, we did have Larry approach us already. And I'm sure the police will be here yet. For me recording in a public lobby. I do recording in public areas. Black pants, blue shirt.
All right, I appreciate it.
The auditor explicitly communicated to the security officer that he was within a public facility, asserting his right to remain there and freely record. This right is protected by the First Amendment, which prohibits Congress from enacting laws that establish or interfere with religion and guarantees freedoms such as speech, the press, assembly, and the right to petition the government for grievances. Our specific focus here is on press freedom, and according to the American Civil Liberties Union, the protection of press freedom under the First Amendment is pivotal in a democratic society where the government is accountable to its citizens. A free press acts as a watchdog, capable of investigating and reporting on governmental misconduct. Considering these established facts and legal principles, it is undeniably clear that the auditor was well within his rights to record inside the post office.
This action is safeguarded by the First Amendment, which prohibits Congress from making laws that establish or interfere with religion, and it guarantees freedoms such as speech, the press, assembly, and the right to petition the government for grievances. Our focus here is on press freedom, and as per the American Civil Liberties Union, the First Amendment's protection of press freedom is crucial in a democracy where the government...
So there is poster 7, rules and regulation of the post office. Like I said, here's the wording of it. Photographs for news purposes may be taken in entrance, lobbies, foyers, corridors, auditoriums when used for public meetings except So, yeah, we're here. We're just recording. We're doing our thing. I got some business to do with the post office yet. I do believe the police were called. Current time here, like I said, we are in Forest Park, Ohio. Current time today is 11:43 a.m. So I'm gonna hang out for a little bit, see if the police show up, because he did give my description of what I was wearing. So
The auditor referred to a rule, Poster 7 from the Postal Service, explicitly stating that taking photos for journalism is permitted in certain areas of post offices. This served as justification for the auditor's recording inside, confirming there was no illegal activity taking place. Despite this, a security officer assumed something was amiss and proceeded to call 911. Officer Edskin from the Forest Park Police Department arrived, and the auditor continued recording the entire situation. In the recorded footage, Officer Edskin mentioned that another police officer had instructed him to ask the auditor to leave the post office. However, at this point, only Larry, the security officer, had issued such an order. Furthermore, there is uncertainty about whether Larry had a valid reason to instruct the auditor to leave the building in the first place. Moreover, officers contend that the auditor was legally obligated to provide his information to law enforcement. This assertion can be examined by referencing Section 2921.29 of the Ohio Revised Code, which stipulates that a person in a public place must not refuse to disclose their name, address, or date of birth when requested by a law enforcement officer who reasonably suspects the person is committing, has committed, or is about to commit a criminal offense, or has witnessed a crime. However, in this case, the auditor clearly does not meet any of these criteria that would compel him to disclose information to law enforcement. To exacerbate the situation, Officer Edskin then stated that the auditor was now being detained.
So we will see kind of what they do today. So we are just going to record. Forest Park Police is now showing up, so we'll deal with them and see how this goes today. So this will be car number, I believe it's 23. It is. So it is Forest Park, car number 23.
We'll wait till my partner gets here so we can get this
Okay.
all straight.
I'm going to walk to the side of the building and just keep
Well,
recording.
I want you to stay right here, okay?
Am I being detained?
You are being detained.
Okay. So this is an unlegal detainment.
No, it's very illegal.
It's unlegal. First Amendment says I can record in public
It
places.
would be illegal. There's not unlegal. It's not a word. What is your first name?
Dustin, that's all I'm giving you.
Okay, Dustin. What's your date of birth?
I'm not giving you that.
Okay. Well, we'll get to the bottom of it.
That you will.
So, were you here the other day?
I was not.
You were not here.
Nope.
So, what is the purpose of all this right now?
Just, you know, public
Just
knowledge.
to do this
Just public knowledge.
for fun?
While it might appear quite evident at this point that the auditor was being unlawfully held, it is essential to emphasize that for a detention to be justified, an officer must be able to explain specific facts that led to a reasonable suspicion of the suspect's involvement in criminal activity. Moreover, the Fourth Amendment of the U.S. Constitution prohibits unreasonable searches and seizures, with arrests and detentions considered seizures under the law. Considering these aspects, it is undeniable that the auditor's rights were clearly violated. The auditor proceeded to question the officer and present their side of the story. Amidst this, a second officer, Officer Ha, also arrived at the scene. Notably, he accused the auditor of being at the post office earlier, despite that not being the case. Regarding the expectation of privacy in public places, courts have determined that there's no expectation of privacy for items visible to the public, even if they're in a personal home or vehicle. Based on this, it seems the auditor accurately referenced the law. They could record inside the post office because nobody there would reasonably expect privacy. It's a public facility with everything visible. However, it's a personal choice what one wants to keep in plain view. Watch Officer Hogg being questioned about whether the auditor was detained, switching stances multiple times, revealing his lack of information.
Oh, am I being detained still?
Did that officer say stay right here?
He told me I was detained.
Okay, well, you're not detained. You're being stopped at first.
Okay, so I'm gonna walk to the side of the building,
No,
and you know where I'm at.
He comes back, okay? And then we'll figure out.
Then I'm detained. If I'm not detained, I'm free to walk.
You're detained right now. We're
Okay.
figuring out what's going on.
Okay. Is that the supervisor right there?
I can't see. No, it's not.
Okay, I'm gonna walk over here and get the car information.
Okay, it's car 10.
Car 10. So we got 3 cops here currently from Forest Park. I am being detained. We'll see how it goes today out here. Hi there, how's your day going?
Officer Hackman, he said he's here just to stir the pot.
Can I get your name and badge number?
You can have my name, Officer Hackman.
Yes.
Yeah, it's different.
Can I get your name and badge number?
You can have my name, Officer Hackman.
Badge number?
You don't need it.
Okay.
So you are allowed in there.
Yeah.
To film. Okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you are causing disturbance to others, then it does become disorderly conduct, all that stuff. So
Yep.
that we can.
But if I don't say a word to anyone, I'm just filming. I go do a transaction.
Yeah.
It's all legal.
Yeah. You can do that if that's what you want to do.
Okay.
So,
All right. So
My understanding is you're not allowed to film.
yeah. That's.
oh, I actually talked to Larry. He says I can. I told him I had business.
I've got
No,
the printout
yeah, you
from
can't
the
not.
Postmaster General that says you can't.
And that's a lie. I can record. There's a poster 7 in there that says lobbies and foyers and everything.
No, because that's where they're conducting business.
It doesn't matter.
Personal information.
It doesn't matter.
It does.
There's no explanation to privacy in public.
It does.
It
Yeah,
doesn't.
No, that's not
But
true.
I am going to go in there and film.
Privately owned.
Well,
Okay.
if you do go in there and film, then you probably will be arrested. I'm just giving you a heads
Well,
up.
then you might as well just stay here because I'm about to go do my transaction now and film it at the same time.
Okay. Okay.
Because Larry told me to go in there and do my transaction.
Okay. I think we're talking about 2 different scenarios. Okay. If you want to film your own.
I'm going to film the whole time while in the lobby.
Okay. Slow down for a second. If you're going to film your own transaction and you're going to go in, you're going to do your business and you're going to leave, okay?
Well, I'm not going to leave
that's
right
one-
away. I'm going to stay around and
Okay.
do some more filming. But
But
inside
filming
there,
other people inside of there that are conducting business.
it's legal.
It isn't.
It is.
Okay. All right. Well, there was a way to figure that out.
Okay. So, am I undetained currently?
Well, did you want to talk to a supervisor?
You got one coming still?
Yep.
Okay. Then I'll hang out for a minute until he gets.
At this juncture, the officer should have acknowledged that they had effectively detained the auditor without any valid justification. It is clear that they now understand the auditor had not engaged in any wrongdoing. This acknowledgement is explicit, allowing the auditor to return indoors and conduct business activities while recording. However, it's crucial to emphasize that the officers persist in trying to restrict the auditor, stating that he can only record in the lobby and not within the office. Shortly afterward, a supervisor arrived at the location and approached the auditor. Fortunately, the supervisor was well informed and interacted with the auditor in a rational manner. He assured the auditor that there were no issues with their activities and that the auditor could proceed with their tasks inside. However, the supervisor cautioned that disrupting the normal operations of the post office could result in an arrest, though this wasn't a concern as the auditor had not taken any such actions. It's noteworthy that all 3 officers present at the scene had differing opinions on whether the auditor was detained. Officer Edskin, the initial responder, explicitly stated that the auditor was detained. However, Officer Hoffer initially claimed that the auditor wasn't detained, then quickly changed his position and asserted otherwise. Subsequently, the supervisor confidently stated that the auditor was never detained, suggesting it didn't make sense for that to be the case. Unfortunately, the situation didn't conclude there. The auditor re-entered the office to purchase a stamp, but was denied service after waiting in line for over 10 minutes. The entire situation illustrates how a fundamental right granted to the public can lead to such a problem. Initially, the auditor was asked to leave a public establishment due to recording. Subsequently, law enforcement wrongly detained him without apparent cause, even after allowing him to continue his actions. Now, he's being denied service. We are confronted with the harsh reality of corrupt cops targeting the wrong individuals, and the video serves as an opportunity for everyone to raise awareness and unite against this issue.